Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Same shirt, no way. I want to talk about my favorite books so far in 2023. I am never just going to pick one book from each month. I am the type of person that if I give multiple books 5 stars, they are my favorite books of the month. So I have everything on I did a 2023 favorites template for my Bookstagram and I love it. I don't know if anyone else has used it. I'm going to try and put the link in the box down below, but it's great. So first off, with January, I had 2 favorites. Terms of Inheritance by adorable Huckabee Ordaz. She's a very new author. This was actually her debut book and I loved it. It's slow burn. I think he's a billionaire. It is arranged marriage, forced proximity, just an all-around good time. The next book was Untying the Knot by Megan Quinn. Now, I have been reading Megan Quinn since like 2019, 2020, and the only book she's let me down with was So Not Meant to Be. I DNF'd that one so hard. But I gave Untying the Knot a chance and I loved it. I sobbed. When I say I sobbed. Untying the Knot follows Riot and Mila, and they are a married couple. They had met at a bar, I believe. He's a baseball player. I think she's just working a regular teaching job, but they meet at a bar and they go their separate ways that next night. But then the next time they meet, they say, let's just try and give this a shot. Something like that. No, I'm not even going to read the synopsis because I cannot give you the synopsis. This book is heartbreaking, but it's so, so good. The next is February. February, I had 2 standouts. I received an ARC for both of these, and I was not required to give my 5-star, but I absolutely love these books that they deserve 5 stars. First was Hail Mary by Candy Steiner. I am on her ARC team, so I got this, clearly, because if you're on the ARC team, you get this before ARC readers get their ARCs, which Hail Mary was the 4th book in the Red Zone Rival series. Hands down, probably my favorite, followed by Fair Catch. Those are like my top 2. And then the second one was Things We Hide from the Light by Lucy Score. Her PA actually sent that to me, and I loved it more than Things We Never Got Over, which is shocking because Things We Never Got Over, people love that book. I gave it 4.5 stars. This one, Things We Hide from the Light, I gave it 5 stars. Absolutely loved it. Let's move on to March. I had 3 standouts. So I may not have given Mile High 5 stars. I gave it 4.5. But I still loved it and I still put it in my top reads of the month. And the second one was The Right Move. If you have not met Ryan Shea, I need you to do that because book 3 Caught Up comes out in October. I'm so excited for that one. So you have plenty of time to read those 2 books. They're long, but they'll keep you entertained. The third book is Powerless by Elsie Silver. I love everything Elsie writes. I've read every single one of her books. Yes, I've read her Gold Rush Ranch and her Chestnut Springs series. If you did not know, her very first series was Gold Rush Ranch, which a lot of people don't know, so they kind of skipped that one, which is upsetting, but I highly recommend reading it. April had 2 standouts. The first one was King of Pride. I received that one as an ARC from Valentine PR, and I loved that one. It took me a while to get through, not because the book was bad, but because I was so busy in April, and also the book was just slow in general. I loved Kai and Isabella, so read it. The next one is The Coldest Winter by Brittany Cherry. I am on her influencer team, and I had the chance to receive it either through her or I believe it was Valentine PR. But I got it through Brittany. And the book, it's age gap. No, rewind. The book is forbidden. It's angsty. There's a lot going on. I'm not going to say it's age gap because it is not age gap, but it is forbidden. So you'll see why. May had 4. Can you believe it? May had 4 favorites. I finally finished the Off Balance series by Lucia Franco, and that book did not disappoint. That finale did not disappoint. If you have not read the Off Balance series, read it. All 5 books are on Kindle Unlimited. I sobbed so hard. If you can't tell, I love sad books because that's just, I'm a sad person. I love sad books. The next one is completely different. I'm usually not a trad published reader. I love sticking to my indie authors on Kindle Unlimited or my indie authors that aren't on KU, but they're not signed to a trad publisher. So I went with Practice Makes Perfect by Sarah Adams, and I had a blast reading that book. I ate it up. I think I read that in like 2 days, and I knew by the second day I was reading this book, I wanted the paperback. So while I was still reading it, I went and got the paperback. That's how much I love the book. book. Next is Coach by Devney Perry. I've read her Will and Ash Holiday Brothers. I loved those. They were very quick holiday reads, and that was what I needed for my holiday festive season. And then I listened to her very first book, The Coppersmith Farmhouse. I did not love that one. I absolutely hated it. And so I vowed to myself, unless she writes something better, I will give it a chance. And then once Coach came out, so many of my mutual bookstore friends were loving it because they had received ARCs. And I was like, let me give this a shot. Maybe she's improved in like the last 5 years or however many years it was since she put out The Coppersmith Farmhouse. And she did. It was the easiest and the most fun I had reading a Friends to Lover romance. Easily. And then the final one was Until I Get You by Claire Contreras. That was my first book by Claire's, and I loved it. Like, absolutely loved it. It was a dark hockey romance. It was second chance. It a little bit became enemies to lovers after the time jump, but it's still a very enjoyable read. Next, for June, I had 3 favorites. Are we surprised? No. So, we had Reckless by Elsie Silver. I believe that authors can do one night stand and accidental pregnancy correctly, and Elsie did that correctly. I loved Winter and Theo. Love them. Love them. If you can't tell because I have the book right here. Which is also very fitting because I have all 3 of my June reads right behind me. The next one is Meet Your Match by Candy Steiner. She entered her hockey romance. She is known for loving her football romances, but she decided to jump ship to hockey, and I think it was the best move for her. I believe she said there's gonna be, I want to say 7 books in this series. So she is gonna spoil us readers. And I love that. 5 stars. And then Keep Her Safe by QB Tyler. This was the hottest book that I've read this year. The hottest. I have 3 copies behind me because I ordered 2 and then I was sent a signed copy by her. Yeah, see? 3. And I would not have those other 2 copies if I didn't absolutely love the book. Like, hot. The book was hot. July. July was a good month for me. It was a very good month. So I decided I'm gonna read more hockey books because they're just so easy to read. So I decided to start the Playing for Keeps series by Becca Mack, and I love these books as much as Carter loves Oreos. If you have read the books, you will know his obsession with Oreos, and I love Oreos, but I think I love these books more than I love Oreos. So we have Consider Me, which is book 1. That's Carter and Olivia. Carter is the biggest, I don't want to say like buffoon, but he's like the biggest golden retriever that you will ever meet in the book universe. There's a lot of push with Olivia, which I get. And the book is long, which I get when people don't like that. But I like to see the couple settled without the big HEA at the end where it ends in a proposal or it ends in like her pregnancy, which it didn't. It didn't. I think it did end in her proposal, but I can't remember. But I had an all-around good time. He spoiled the absolute crap out of her, which goals. She didn't ask for any of it, but absolute goals. The next is Play With Me. That is Teammate's little sister. Hilarious. One thing about these Playing for Keeps books is that they are hilarious. They are like top tier romantic sports comedy, if that's like even a thing. I don't even think movies do that, but that is a thing for these, and there are some hardcore laugh out loud moments with Garrett and Jenny. So I'm just going to say that. The third book in my July favorites is Beneath the Stands by Emily McIntyre. If you're only familiar with Emily McIntyre through her Never After series, she has a small town romance series called Sugar Lake series. And when I say that it is the angstiest series that I have started reading, like if you've read Candy Steiner and you've read Brittany Cherry, put those angst queens together and you will get Emily McIntyre's small town romance series. This last one, I think I had like 50 highlights, and they weren't even like the popular highlights. They were like my own favorite highlights or scenes from the book. That's how much I love the book. That's how much they stood out to me. So that kind of wraps up my favorite books so far this year. I am a very indecisive person. I don't think that you should have just one favorite book from the month. I believe that every book can be your favorite book of the month. I'm gonna put all my links down below. My Bookstagram, my Book Talk, my Storygraph, my Goodreads. I can even put my Amazon storefront down below in case you are interested in looking at some of these books. And yeah, I think that's about it. And also, I don't even think you can see this, but this, it's called the Bookish Eras Trope Tour t-shirt. It's from the last chapter. I believe they're still available on their website. I am a rep for them for 3 months. And I'm going to leave my code down below along with their website, so that way you can save some money off of any of your purchases, including their book boxes, which this whole stack right here And these right here are the last chapter. I have so many more over there on my bookshelf that it's a little out of control. But these are some of them right here. They're beautiful special editions that you really can't get anywhere else unless you like sleuth Mercari or Facebook reseller groups. But what are you gonna do? I am like tired from talking so much. So I'm gonna sign out this episode with thank you guys so much for watching my favorite reads of the year, and I hope to see you guys in my next video. Bye!